Hey, what's up, guys? Kayak Mike here. We are going over the Fleagle Electric month-long series, the Slot National month-long series in this video. So first things first, download the Fishing Chaos app. Once you download the Fishing Chaos app, create your profile. Once your profile is created, go to Trail Club. And again, do all this on your phone. I'm doing it on my computer because it's just easier to show you my example on the computer. Go to Online Catfishing Tournaments right here. And then info, you'll become a member. You must be an annual member. This helps pay for club insurance. Any extra that the covers the club insurance goes towards all the extra stuff that we give away in this scene. We are essentially a not-for-profit. I'll just put it that way. And then you roll over, once you become a member, you roll over to tournaments. To register for his tournament, you'll go down to his trail, Fleagle Electric Monthly National Slot Series 2026. Say that 10 times fast. The March, location services required. If your phone's not set up correctly, it's really nice. It'll tell you it's not set up correctly. And then right here, it'll have register. You'll register for the tournament. I think it's only $25. It's nice and cheap because this tournament's more about having fun, being laid back, and trying to get as many people competitive as we can. Hence the rule change. So the rule change is it's your well. Let me tell you what it used to be. It used to be your 10 closest, but not breaking 30 inches. And we said for years it's just a matter of time before someone fishes the bay and wins it all the time. Well, that finally happened last year. Almost every single winner fished the bay. Almost every single winner fished the bay. So, as a responsible tournament director, if I see a tournament type is strongly favoring one area of the country or one angler, I have to create parity somehow. So, in an attempt to create parity this year, what we are doing is we are lowering it to 5 fish because there's going to be a lot more time involved with judging on my side for this. We could not do this with 10. 3 of those fish on your final leaderboard must be submitted from a different body of water. And that's the main question is define different body of water. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over examples on the bay, like Sandusky Bay. Great examples because I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of questions from there. And we're going to go over examples on major river systems. What defines a different body of water on a major river system? So let's go up here. You got Sandusky Bay, Muddy Creek Bay, Sandusky Bay. Out here you got Lake Erie. Up here you have the Maumee River. And then right here you have the Portage River. So, and first off, if you have questions on where you're fishing and what I consider and don't consider the same body of water, message me first. Always ask. Um, Things that aren't probably going to break up the definition of bodies of water. Low overhead dams, like the Great Miami River has little dams throughout it all over the place. The Great Miami River is the Great Miami River. If you fish it from Dayton or even above Troy, wherever it starts, all the way to the Ohio River, that is one body of water. That is the Great Miami. So, Sandusky Bay we have here. This is also considered Sandusky Bay in my book. And then all these little outlets, these are all Sandusky Bay. If there's any kind of tributary leading the bay and it's touching the main body of water, that is the bay. What I would do is I would draw a line right here. That's Lake Erie. This would all be considered the bay as well. This is all Lake Erie. Same thing with the Portage River. If you came into the Portage River, you would just draw an imaginary line right here where it stops. Everything the Portage River goes into, this is all like Little Portage River. I'm not considering this a different river. This is all the Portage River. So this Little Portage River, this is all essentially the same body of water to me. Now, one might argue that they're all touching each other. Well, you can't really use that argument because everything eventually in Ohio hits the Ohio River. Essentially, you would make the argument everyone's fishing the same one body of water. So these are the cutoffs for the purposes of this event. Same thing. You go up here in the Maumee River. We would come up here. We would probably draw the line from here to here on the Maumee River, include all of this, and then down into here. That's all the Maumee River. If the Maumee River has any little Maumee River that breaks off of it, that's still going to be considered all the same body of water, more than likely. So if you ever have any questions on bodies of water, definitely let me know because I will review it with you and I will give you my praising or my not my praising. At the end of the month, let's say you caught 7 fish from. I lost it. Let's say 7 of your 10 best fish that you submitted were from Sandusky Bay, and you had 3 fish smaller that you caught from the Portage River. Still submit them as is. At the end of the month, I'm going to have to go in and go picture by picture by picture and see which ones you caught from where, and it's my responsibility to make sure you have 3 left. That's how I'm going to have to judge it. The payouts for this tournament I might push it back to the second week of the following month, strictly because there's going to be a lot more manual judging involved. So that's what we're doing here, and this is, again, it's in an attempt to create parity. Let's move down. We'll go to the Ohio River system. The Ohio River system, the Tennessee River system. Um, Mississippi, not so much, unless you're north, etc. If there is a major lock-in dam that is between or in a river system, that is separating that body of water from its other one. For example, what we are looking at right here, this is the Markland Pool. The Ohio River that goes through Cincinnati is called the Markland Pool. Everything above Markland Dam is the Markland Pool. Well, you go all the way over here to Meldal Dam. Is that the dam right there? So we got Meldal Dam. Once you get upstream of this, this is considered, for this tournament's sake, a different body of water. This is now the Meldal Pool. So that's how that's going to work on major rivers change and river systems. The dams below rivers. Let's pull up East Fork Lake. Let's find East Fork Lake. It's over here somewhere. Here's East Fork Lake. East Fork Lake and its tailwaters would not be considered the same body of water. So that's how that's going to be. It might seem a little confusing. At the end of the day, as long as you fish 3 different bodies of water and submit fish from 3 different bodies of water, you just got to rely on me to judge them correctly. Also, hit me up for any specific questions on this. I hope this creates more parity in the tournament. I believe it might. All right, Kayak Mike out of here. Best of luck to everyone in these slot tournaments for the rest of the year.